you came across this tarot reading today, this is a tarot reading for singles. And now the bottom of the deck says union out of nowhere, okay? Some of you singles may be coming into a union. We do have the cards falling in love, kissing the divine in another, in yourself. And then we do have solitude and time alone. So for some of you, it feels like you've been kissing yourself, okay? Where we have single here. We have return, second chance, opportunity, making amends, time, and then spying. Okay, someone is watching you over here. Social network, information, and ways. So someone has their ways of like checking up on you, seeing how you're doing, maybe the updates to your life. But we're going to dive deeper into this here. All right, you could be any zodiac sign. Remember, for these readings, they're general and timeless. And if you would like a personal tarot reading, a private session with me, or to join the Law of Octave Initiation, the Mystery School community, feel free to check out the box below. It has everything it is that you will need. That was a little bit of a tongue twister there. Let's see what we have for today. Okay, could be happening today. It does say time over here. Time is of the essence. Why do we have single, falling in love, and solitude? Why do we have single, falling in love, and solitude? Is someone triggered by you? Why do we have sneaky? But it says triggers. Why do we have triggers? Why do we have triggers? Bonding, confiding, and sneaky. Is there someone that was in your life? Why do we have the singles card? Why do we have singles? We have poker face, gamble, loyalty, trusting, reliability, believing. They look at your social media and you look different as to who you are. Got it. This is for some of you out there who has social media. You could be, it's any gender. I'm thinking of, let me actually not put too many words into this channel. Spirit, what are the words? You are not what people think you are on social media. That's what this reading is saying. And that's also why it's been hard for you to find a lover. People are seeing you on social media, and it's just logically, social media only shows a part of you. It doesn't matter if you are the most authentic, real person on social media. You don't see them when they're in the shower, when they first wake up, etc. Where you can never see all parts of anyone, and why would you want to? Somebody ghosted you because of your social media. It's what they see on it. And they think that you are different than you actually are. Interesting here. So they watch you on social media, but here's the thing, you're single. There's something about you trigger someone. It could be say on social media is not the time to say be timid or small, that's your time to express yourself, right? And so it's interesting though, they feel like it's a gamble. When it comes to you, you're not who people think you are on social media. You have a poker face. You're actually very loyal. You're extremely trusting, extremely reliable, and you're very deep. But this is maybe for someone out there, and maybe I just have to say it, sometimes the guys that are shirtless, I could even think of even just one spiritual influencer. All right, and I guess the word is an influencer. I hate that word, but people think they're an influencer, right? This guy that I know online that it does lead spiritually and has maybe 500K followers, always with his shirt off, always. He's actually a really cool guy, but, if you see him online, I will say first impression, first house, right? So also check out your first house. Is this your first house, right? Where it's not all of you, it's people's first impression, which is important. But, sometimes it could also be first house astrology placements, things like that. So I'm just thinking of that one guy that I know who's say in his 50s, but he just does every video, no shirt on, talking about God, etc. And I know a lot of people, though, in the comments and then just otherwise that are just like, I can't stand him. I think he's a Leo too, but he's actually a humble guy, though. Like, he really is. On social media, that time that he's talking, what he wears, people don't think he is. But again, on social media, you can't quite see everyone, right? You can't see all parts of them. And then sometimes it's even in good ways. Sometimes it's like, damn, it's like they're actually a little bit better offline, Not exactly what you thought here, but so you triggered someone here where you are single, you're in solitude. This is someone who is interested in you, okay? That's the key word. They're kind of interested in you. They are hesitant to move forward towards you because I will say, and I'm not to say whether they're right or you're right or wrong, of how they feel like you portray yourself, okay? Why do we have triggers? Bonding, confiding, social media. Why do we have triggers? Bonding, confiding, social media. It's a fantasy. So why do we have triggers? Bonding, confiding, social media. It's a fantasy. Like fun with friends, risky clubbing, fantasy. Shocking. Fantasy. Shocking. It's actually not who you are. Shocking. Where you have like this persona, but you don't. Sasha Fierce. For those of you who know Beyonce, Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce is not her. Where you have the ability to, and I just don't know how to describe it here. I will say again, non-gender specific though, you have an energy, it does say sensuality, so there could also be, or rather it's this person. They could think that you are a flirty person, okay? They think you're a flirt kind of thing, But I'm laughing because you may appear to be a flirt, but I will say, like, you actually really are loyal. You're someone that would never cheat on your spouse, ever. You wouldn't even look at another person. Meanwhile, though, where it's like you maybe look, seem, and dress like that, but you're actually the type of person of like, I don't even check people out, to be quite honest with you. I'm not interested. Why do we have falling in love and solitude? Why do we have falling in love and solitude? We have karma, empathy. Interesting here. Are you getting karma for having empathy? But it says vulnerable and then risk, free-spirited. You're actually empathic. You're very vulnerable and soft. We have secrets, illusions. Why do we have karma? Open heart, vulnerable, secrets. Why do we have karma, open heart, vulnerable, secrets? Why do we have karma, open heart, vulnerable, secrets? So there's someone angry here. There is someone angry here. It's interesting. It says family. Foundation, established family security, very angry, confessions. For some of you, someone took you the wrong way, but to the point where it's like, oh, I'm gonna back away. This was taken the very, very wrong way. What's the collective's energy in this reading for falling in love and solitude? Okay, someone took you the wrong way. But for some of you, like, it's a little bit scary where it's like, you're so wrong about me that I'm actually kind of scared now. Like, you're really wrong about me. Like it's scary when someone is like, I'm following my intuition. It's like, no, I'm telling you that's wrong in every time, space, and dimension. You're better off being who you are. I will say that this is probably going to work out. We have free-spirited adventure risks. You're better off. You're free. You're someone that they just like you're someone that just leave them alone. That's who you are. You're someone that you would do like a cartwheel in a skirt with some skirts underneath. Like you're wearing a skirt and you do a cartwheel and people are just like, what is she doing? It's like, don't worry, I have pants on underneath. I'm fine. It's that kind of thing. But you need to be who you are. I will say there's someone here that took you the wrong way, and let's see what this karma is, though. Here, someone took you the wrong way, because I will say you are single. Someone may have felt like you were trying to approach them. There's this energy of just like, we have an established foundation, you better back up. And it's like, whoa, I don't know where that came from. But again, by the end of this reading, I will say, and it does say foresight, so in the future, you're better off, you're happy, clear head space, but you're happy when you're a free spirit. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you have Sagittarius in your birth chart. Like Sagittarius, it could be Pisces energy too. Like you just gotta let them do what they do. That is how to best love them. You are someone that needs freedom. Now, why do we have very angry foundation confessions? Okay, now for some of you, oh my gosh, it does say spreading rumors. It says for some of you, there could have been a fake ass love affair. And I gotta say it that way, a fake ass love affair. This is a false accusation here. This could be the kind of thing of like, we're in a relationship, back up, and it's like, whoa, that is not, I just was just existing, Let's see what this is. It says, making you the fool. You didn't do anything. We're going to dive deeper into this reading. Now, what do we have here? What do we have here for the collective? Why do we have single? Why do we have single, falling in love, solitude, triggers? Why do we have single, falling in love, solitude? You know what? I'm sorry. That was a true laugh. And as soon as I say that, it says battery power at 15%. Okay, collective, let's go. You're sexy and you know it. Do. You have the Empress and the Sun card by the end of this reading. You're pure. But I will say, you're sexy and you didn't know it. Okay, this is a reading for someone who is... You're sexy and you didn't know it until it was too late because you almost got in trouble for it. Why do we have triggers? Why do we have triggers? Bonding, confiding, sneaky. Why do we have triggers? Bonding, confiding, and sneaky. Did it involve a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius? Knight of Swords over here. Two of Wands. Two of Wands is a crossroads. Why do we have triggers? Bonding, confiding. Why do we have triggers, bonding, confiding, and sneaky? You are innocent, vindicated by God, the Fool card. Judgment. You didn't do what they thought you did. 144 as I say that. No. This is someone who was accused, and it's you, collective, accused of like, that person was coming on to me. It's like, no, I wasn't. I don't know if you're used to, people who, I don't know. But I will say in both parts of these readings, the judgment is you are innocent, Fool card. It's like, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I will be less sexy next time. I will be more aware. Like that's like for this collective here where it was truly innocent. I will say that, but there was someone trying to accuse you of maybe tempting, like whatever this may be here. You could even have been accused of being the third party. No. Why the World card for single, solitude? Why the World card for single, falling in love, solitude, triggers? Why the Four of Cups for single? You were just giving love. These people are used to shit. Full of love, full of shit. Where it's like, actually, I had such a big smile with you, and I was so nice because I'm just nice. Actually, that's what this reading is. Somebody mistaken your niceness for flirting. It's like, no, this is just really what nice, I'm just nice. You were not flirting with them. You were being nice to them. And they took it the wrong way. Missed opportunity. Why the Sun card and the Empress for single, falling in love, solitude. Yeah, I will say in the reading you're single. It doesn't mean that you're trying to, maybe hit on everybody. It could be, this could also be that you're single and someone knows it and they're just like, yeah, I know they want me. And it's like, wait, please chill. It's like, that's what I'm seeing in this reading. You're healed. You're not someone who is leaking that kind of energy. You're actually not leaking it. Even if you were in a bikini, I'm sorry, like even if you were on the beach, non-gender specific in a bathing suit, I'm just being nice. You have healed. And I mean, healing in the sense of not leaking energy in that kind of way. You're healed in the sense of like, actually, no, you're not trying to hit on people. You have your self-worth, self-love, you're an empress, okay? Non-gender specific, you are an empress. We have the Sun card here, joy, success, happiness, and then we have the Six of Swords, okay? That's you moving forward. So I will say you missed out on an opportunity in the past. You could be seeing the number 444. That could mean that this reading is for you. And you missed out on the opportunity because they felt like you were hitting on them or someone, like say part of the group. Because what I'm also seeing is you could have been in a group and someone was just like, that person was really hitting on me, or like they felt like they were, etc. I will say you were not. But you are someone though that's like a free spirit. You're someone that like you call everybody love and babe, like that kind of thing. And someone took the babe or the love the wrong way. It's like, I'm so sorry. I call everybody that. That's what I'm seeing here. Like it wasn't in that way. Why Ace of Cups with the World card for single? So, yeah, no, you're just full of love. We have Ace of Coins. So it's wealth, love, just a brand new cycle. You're not being weird. You're not being facetious. So this is a newer tarot channel. I have another tarot channel too. I have a speech impediment, and I've said it before. I have a speech impediment. It's also why sometimes you do hear me repeat things. It's part of the speech impediment where I've gotten those comments for my entire life. It's not going to get better. Let's just chill, spiritual bestie. So what do we have here for the collective? All right. What do we have here for the spiritual besties out there? What do we have here as a card of advice for single, solitude, triggers? Single, solitude, and triggers. What do we have for single, solitude, and triggers? You were telling the truth in a situation from the past. Six of Cups. King of Cups, Five of Cups, sadness, grief, etc. Page of Swords. Someone was like interpreting something though through maybe that energy and not through, say, truth, because there is illusions here. Why the Five of Cups here for advice for single, solitude, triggers? We have the Lover's card, and then we have the Hierophant over here. Now with the Lover's card though here too, for some of you it really could have been a couple. I'm seeing a situation of you being like accused of like, hey, I'm going to go tell my person, my partner, that you want me. And it's like, wait, no, that's not what happened. Why do we have the Page of Swords for single, solitude, triggers, sneaky? It got to the point that you had to walk away, Page of Swords. Why the Page of Swords and the Eight of Cups for triggers? Why the King of Wands, the Devil card, and the Nine of Cups here? Interesting. And then why the Devil card here for triggers, solitude? It led you to wealth, whether you knew it. Look at that 10 of Cups, whether you knew it or not. Daniel in the lion's den. They put you exactly where you needed to be. So this was very karmic Devil card. 2 of coins, and it leads you into solitude. It's interesting. For some of you, did you come across a couple that was maybe already not doing so well or whatever it may have been? And it just like you turned out to be like the one that they, and this could also just be in general. But why the Wheel of Fortune for single, solitude? Why the Wheel of Fortune here? No, they tried to turn your wheel here. And then what's the Page of Cups with the 10 of Wands? I see exactly what this is. You are not karmic. This person tried to like pin you that you were. The false accusation is actually what helped you heal something else. Because I'm seeing them try to pin you to that. It wasn't that. You were able to clear out something else. And I'm almost seeing barbed wire where, you know how like the poison is the medicine? The poison was the medicine in this situation. Say, for example, you don't realize that you come off that way. It helped you release those parts of you. It helped you perhaps, right? Page of Cups, the inner child, right? It could have been inner child healing of like, actually, no, I'm not lying. And now I'm going to go heal my inner child that was always accused of lying. That's what actually happened here, where they thought they were going to get one result and turn your Wheel of Fortune. It did kind of send you into healing, but not what they expected because you didn't do anything. Why the 7 of Swords for single, solitude? Victory is here. Kick the feet out the door. Or you got Page of Coins here, okay? And then 6 of Wands, victory, success. I see. Healing the inner child of being falsely accused. Where truth is, you're actually not trying to get at anyone. You're not the loosey goose. For some reason, that's just coming through, non-gender specific, that they accused you of being. But what it did was it sent you into healing of, I own my truth. Only me and God know my truth. And from here on out, I will never allow anyone, my crown is tingling as I say it, to project upon me what I know is true and who I am. If you do not know who you are, the people will try to tell you who they are and they will be wrong. And so know who you are. Okay? You were vulnerable. You did not have, and part of it was too empathic. So you got karma, not what they thought you would get. They thought that you were trying to love affair, being sneaky, maybe being whatever, like being too open, too free-spirited. And it is showing that you're single here. The actual karma was that you're too nice. You didn't realize it. So it's the kind of thing where I didn't even realize that people were taking me that way. You were just being nice. In no way, shape, look at that Judgment, the Fool card. It's like, I was a fool, but not in what you accused me of doing or being. You were a fool that you were too nice. You were a fool in the sense of okay, I wasn't picking up on my spatial surroundings. I was not picking up on how they took me, even though I did not do that, or I didn't mean it in that way. But another karmic lesson is being aware and mindful of reading the room. And that's what this reading is. And so you kept going, Wheel of Fortune. You're not going to stop, but you were able to heal the inner child, Page of Cups, from illusions, etc. Why the Page of Cups here? The truth. This is the truth. Oh, I'm going to cry for you. I'm going to cry for you, soul. I don't know who you are watching me, but I really do want to cry for you this morning. The inner child was always telling the truth. The inner child is full of love. And it really does make me want to cry in this reading for you, where you didn't do any of that. It was falsely accused. And they thought that you were going to get your karma. You ended up getting a different kind of karma. I'm telling the truth. The inner child in you, collective, that was called a liar, is being freed and liberated. And it's not what they expected. And I will say you're going to get only success in love because that's who you are. Okay, for some of you, you need to hear you're always telling the truth. All right? That's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. Feel free to go see the Law of Octave. Go join on the website 144bluerosetemple.com. And we have the Blue Rose Mystery School community on Patreon. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day.